Many of our community members actually asked me to do a video explaining about Memecoin, how to check most important things, explain about liquidity pool, market cap ratio, total supply, and all other things. Basically, the basics which everybody who investing in Memecoin should know. So the most important thing before you're investing in coin, you need to check if that coin freeze authority, mint authority, and meta authority is revoked. And it's very simple on Solana. Solana is a very simple chain, and it's very easy to check this stuff. I just explain what every single one does. So let's say if coin has freeze authority enabled, not revoked. Let's say you hold, doesn't matter how much of that coin you hold, but basically if freeze authority is enabled, owner of that coin can actually freeze your coins in your wallet. What that means, basically, if your coins get frozen, you're not gonna be able to send these coins anymore. You're not gonna be able to sell these coins. It's basically your coins, even if your wallet gonna show be worth tens and thousands of dollars or something like that, or even more, they're useless. Like as long as they're frozen, like you cannot sell it, so they're useless. So yeah, and that's freeze authority. Mint authority. So let's say before coin launched, we had 10 million supply of a coin, and if mint authority is enabled, like owner or team can actually mint more tokens whenever we want. So let's say coin goes into 10 and 20 million market cap or something like that, and team decides to mint another, let's say 10 or another 10 20 million coins, and we can actually do it, and we just can sell in open market and actually dump that coin, and it's very dangerous. So unless there is actually some kind of utility token, we never should have mint authority enabled. Like it always has to be revoked. Meta authority is not that big of a deal, but I still like to see it revoked, because if meta authority is enabled, at any time owners or team can actually change coins logo, coins name, coins description, and stuff like that. So let's say we launch coin name Baba, or I don't care, like I'm just making a word, and the meta authority is still enabled, and we decide we want to change the coin name to Bubu, and we can actually do it. Like it's not a big deal. Like it's your coin is still gonna be worth the same amount. It's just gonna change name and all our stuff. But I still want to see, like this three is the main ones, and you want to see them revoked. And of course, liquidity pool tokens burned or at least locked as well. We're gonna talk about that later. So, how to check that? So, I already find one which I assume it's a new one. It's not even launched yet. So, ignore that. Like, I'm not talking bad about this coin or anything. But you can see Mint Authority is still enabled. Freeze Authority is not enabled, because it would be like that. It just would say Freeze Authority enabled. And mutable metadata is still enabled as well. And actually it shows orange because it's, like I said, it's not a end of the world. It's not a big deal. But I still like, to see it revoked. And let's just grab a Bambit token address. Let's just check it. That's how it should look. And should say good, no warnings, nothing, like no freeze, no mint, no meta authority enabled. Liquidity pool is locked or burned. Like in our case, Bambit is 100% locked. That's what you want to see. Like this low amount liquidity providers is like it's actually a bug. Like there's no way it's low liquidity when market cap at the moment, or Bambit market cap is 212,000, and liquidity pool is almost 100k. That's almost 50% ratio. That's not low amount of liquidity provided. But basically, yeah, you go to rug check and you just paste the token address. Like, let's say, let's find this one. Like, oh, another good example. Like everything, like we have everything removed except mutual data. So we actually can change Bitcoin name, logo, and everything. And also we didn't burn 100%, but almost 100%, so it's not a big deal of liquidity pool tokens. So that's how we check basically. It's very simple. Like there's many different ways to check it, but I found it this one fastest and easiest way to check it. Like it's very simple. So that's it. Now let's just talk about liquidity pool tokens and why we very uh, and don't at first don't mix liquidity pool tokens and liquidity pool. Like liquidity pool, let's say when any coin is made. Oh Jesus, let me find. Okay, when any coin is made, like owner mints. Let's say we mint 10 million tokens. Let's say, right? And when we add these tokens and pair them, let's say with Solana or USDC or USDT, doesn't matter. When we add that to DEX, let's say to Radium, let's say, imagine scenario, we put 10 million tokens, 100% supply, and it's paired, let's say, with 100 Solana, right? 100 Sol. So when we pair, like, we actually send this with both tokens, like both like 10 million supply of Memecoin and 100 Sol to the DEX. And then DEX give it to them liquidity pool tokens. And it doesn't have to be 10 million, usually just random number. Let's say we got 10K of liquidity pool tokens. And that's why people are actually waiting to see if Ethereum locks or burns these tokens, because if these tokens is not burned or locked at any time, owner or team member does basically who owns these tokens, like liquidity pool tokens, can actually send these tokens back to DEX and get both of these coins back. So let's say you invested before not Mint Authority, sorry, before liquidity pool tokens was burned. Actually, owner can send it. Let's say you invested and now liquidity pool has 120 Solana, not 100 Solana. So owner can send this liquidity pool tokens back and take, instead of 100 Solana, we can take 120 Solana out and all these tokens. And basically that's how most common rugs works. And that's why you always has, unless you know who is the team and you know team gonna definitely burn tokens like liquidity pool tokens, then I would say you're probably safe. But if not, like you always wait for that moment for liquidity pool to be burned. And on deck screen it usually shows yeah, liquidity pool burned and everything. So that's four main things: mint authority, freeze authority, metadata authority, mutable not metadata authority, and liquidity pool tokens is burned. So that's the four things you want to see it. And now let's go into a bit more advanced market cap and liquidity market cap ratio, and let's understand how that plays a role. Because most people don't really realize that, and it's very important, to be honest. So let's say, like for me, I want to see at least 10% of market cap and liquidity ratio, at least. Especially if it's in couple million, let's say, if it's, let's say, 4 million market cap, you want to see at least 10%. And then any less than that, it gets too dangerous. And I'm gonna show you why it's dangerous. But yeah, like mine like understand like if it's let's say 200 million market cap and it's let's say 8%, 9% ratio, it's not a big deal. Like you shouldn't worry about that. But I actually seen coins. Like, I just don't remember coin's name, but we've been in like 300 million market cap and we only had 1.5% of liquidity ratio, and it's very bad. And I'm just gonna show you why. So I picked couple coins before I started making a video just to show like three different coins. We all about 5 million market cap, so it's crying. It's a bit less than 4 million, 5 million. I'm sorry. And as you can see, like market cap is 4.5 million, and liquidity pool is only 264,000. So that's about 6%, which is not that bad. But like I said, I want to see at least 10%. But and I'm gonna show you why. And another example is this Minecoin. It has 5.1 million market cap and 835k liquidity pool, which is what, like 17, 16%, something like that. And another one has very strong liquidity pool, a bit less than 5 million and 1.3 million in liquidity pool, which is what, like 20%, something like that, right? A bit more than 20%. And I'm gonna show you why it's dangerous. So I already checked like all these coins total supply, and it's very simple to check supply. Let's say you copy contract address, you go to SolScan, you just paste it, find it, and you're gonna see current supply is 962 million. So sorry. So let's say we own 1%. Let me just double check one thing. So 1% of supply is gonna be around 10 million. Okay, I had a good number. So 9.6, let's say. And it's very good to see on Jupiter because I can see like in real time difference. So this 9.6 million tokens, it's representing 1% of total supply. So let's say, is anyone holding 1% of total supply? Let's say Whale holding that, and they decide to sell it. And because of how 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 bad is that liquidity ratio, it's gonna determine how much price impact gonna be and how much coins you're gonna get. And you're gonna see like on paper this coins cost 45,000 ish, and if you're actually gonna swap it, you're only gonna get $37,000. So let's say $8,000 less when it's on paper. And if you sell it, like that market cap gonna dump by 17.4% ish. So if somebody would sell just 1% of total supply, just 1%, that's not a lot. Like that market cap gonna dump by 17%. That's a lot. And also, like when you sell it, you're actually getting way less than you should, you know. And another example, like I said, here is like what, 17%, something like that. And we're gonna make here is like 47,000 as well. And just because that liquidity pool and market cap ratio is much better, like it's what, it's like 15%, something like that. Instead of, okay, 45k, okay, let's do 45k. 40, okay, 45k as well, like this one. And this one, if you sell 45k, you get 37k. This one, if you sell 45k, you're actually getting 40k. So you're actually getting 3k more just because liquidity ratio is better. And when you sell it, instead of 17% dip, it's gonna, let it update it, it's gonna be only 9.5% of a dip. And let's check another one, Falcon X, which has very strong liquidity pool. Let's do the same one, 40, what, 45.2. So let's do, it's gonna be a bit less than 1% of supply, but you still get a point. So if I would sell 45k worth of tokens, I would get now not 40k like in this one, I would get 42k. So I'd actually only lose 3k by selling almost 1% of supply, which is a lot. And price impact only gonna be 6%. So you see how it's different. Like this one is gonna be 9%, and this one, because it has very small market cap liquidity ratio, it's gonna dip by 70%. And like I said, I actually seen coins which has like 1.5, 2%, 3% liquidity and market cap ratio. So imagine how much if you have like, let's say, 1% of supply and you sell on this ratio, how much it's gonna dip. Like it's gonna dip like 30 to 40% just by selling 1% of supply. And that's why it's dangerous, and that's why people need to understand how liquidity works. Because let's just look very simple. That coin is almost 5 million market cap, and in liquidity pool there's only 953 Solana. So in reality, this coin only, if you sell everything and that coin gonna go to zero, maximum you can take out of this coin is gonna be 132k. On this one, which is more than 15%, something like that, it has 3000 Solana, which is 420k. See how it's big different? Like market cap is almost the same, but how different is that? Like you're jumping from 132k to 423k. And if you go to insane liquidity ratio, you get 600k. Like even Bambit, because it's small market cap now, it has very big liquidity pool. It has 50%. Like it has 47k into liquidity pool. Like just imagine, like it's 200k. This one is 4.5 million. So it's what, like 22 x's from there. And liquidity pool difference, it's only 3 times, less than 3 times. You see it? You see how it's very important, this thing? And it's very dangerous. Let's say, like I said, like I saw a coin going into like 300 or 200 million. I don't remember. And it had like I think 2% of liquidity ratio. And if let's say team holds, let's say 5% of total supply, we can dump that coin pretty much to zero. Like not a complete zero, but pretty much to like it would be such a significant dump. And it doesn't even have to be a team, let's say a Vale or somebody else holding that. So yeah, so that's very, very, very important, and I hope people gonna understand that. I hope I explained it well, and actually people gonna start checking this stuff, because let us say, like I can't stress enough how important is this thing. Like if you want to be safe, and another thing, like let's say if you're a Whale and you see like bad liquidity ratio, like this one is not that bad. Like it's not good, but it's not that bad. But like if you're a Whale and let's say you're investing in a coin, like you want to see very good liquidity ratio, just because if somebody else, let's say you're starting to, if you're a Whale and starting, to invest a lot, and if liquidity ratio bad and somebody like randoms like holding like half of 0.5% of supply, like, or a bit more, maybe a bit less, and we decide to dump on that whale, it's gonna be big loss for that whale. And another thing about liquidity, actually, let's first talk about total supply, and it's gonna make a bit more sense for you. So, total supply. What is total supply? Total supply means how many coins in total is in circulation supply. Basically, how many coins? Like, let's say in I just show on Bambit because I know Bambit inside out, and it's gonna be easier for me to explain. Bambit was created with 80 million total supply. So 80 million tokens is total supply. Mint authority is revoked, freeze authority is revoked, mutable data is revoked. So it never can have more. It can have less if you start burning them, but not more. Like this, somebody actually burned how many? Like 900 tokens. That's why it's not saying 80 million anymore. But that's how much it was created. And there's some misunderstanding especially in meme coins. Like if coin has, let's say, Bambit is 80 million and another coin is 800 million, it means Bambit is gonna be easier to push to big market cap when it's gonna be this one. When basically most people think like if supply is smaller, it's gonna be easier to push that coin, and it's completely bullshit. Like it doesn't work this way. It doesn't matter. Like if coin has 80 million, it has 800 million, 8 billion, 800 billion. It doesn't matter of supply. It's still gonna be this. Like it doesn't matter how much supply it has, but it's still gonna be. I don't know how to even explain it, but basically it doesn't make any easier to push that coin. And the only difference between that, let's say Bambit gonna go to 80 million, right? 80 million market cap. So one coin gonna be worth $1. And if that coin with 800 million gonna go to 80 million market cap, that coin gonna be worth only $0.1. So 10 cents basically. But at the same time, because there's more in supply, like let's say in Bambit, let's say you're holding 1,000 coins, which is gonna be equal to $1,000 at 80 million market cap. But of that coin, for the same amount of money, you're gonna buy 10,000 coins. So 10,000 coins times 0.1 is still $1,000. So it makes no difference. So I hope people understand that. And if you go back to liquidity pool, that's what makes easier to push a coin. Let's say this coin to go into, let's say, 10 million market cap, it's gonna be more than twice. It's gonna require more than twice less money than this coin would, because it has bigger liquidity pool. Because it takes more money to push market cap higher because of liquidity pool ratio. But at the same time, you still want to see that ratio because in long term it's very good thing. It's like in like low market cap, it's kind of a problem, but it's good problem to have. Okay, what's next? Community and aging. In meme coins, in my opinion, community is everything. Like community has to be strong. Like you still want to see community speaking, working for waybacks and all that stuff. And aging. What I mean by aging, like let's say if you're a whale and you want to invest into coin and you don't know who's the team behind that coin and what we have planned for this coin, what we plan for this coin, you want at least to see community, like at least see community pushing and stuff. And aging, I think I lost my. Uh, uh, and aging basically means like that coin is out for, let's say, 2 months, 3 months, and you still see team working, you still see community working, and it's a good thing to see, at least in my opinion. And that's very simple, and it's very hard to judge. You need to go and do your research, but at least I do that. And another thing in meme coins, short term and long term coins. Let's say short term, you can see trending coins. Let's say we had a big surge in political meme coins, Trump meme coins, Biden meme coins, and other meme coins. And just because people expect these coins to be pumped, they like to invest in them. And it's actually easier for team to push these coins as well because people just expecting these coins to moon, at some point. And that's what I call short-term holding, let's say political coins, let's say once this election is gonna be gone, like this political coins slowly gonna bleed, most likely, like it's no 100%, but most likely gonna bleed. And that's why I call, short term. And long term projects is like something unique, like something unique, like we have own narrative, we have own thing going on, we're not depending of what's happening in the world, what happened with other coins. And that's why I call it, long-term holdings. Okay, and last thing in this video is gonna be whales and VC. Most people, when they see whales investing, especially if they're investing from one wallet, we get afraid. I try to explain to our community, you don't need to be afraid of it. Like, like every single coin who's in big market cap, let's say into millions and millions, 100 millions, they've been pushed. We've been pushed by whales and VC money. Maybe just whales. Like VC money, it's not very usual, but if VC money gets behind a coin, like that coin gonna go into big market cap. But yeah, like people need to understand, like small money, small players, who invest like 100 to 1,000 on a coin, like we're not gonna push that coin to big market cap. Like it's always a whales. And usually we use separate wallets, like maybe one whale, like if he really believes in a program, maybe gonna use 10 different wallets, just gonna keep buying from every single wallet. And but yeah, like you don't need to be afraid of that. Like it's not a big deal. So okay, like I think we covered the main things. Um, on the next video, I'm still gonna make a couple more videos because like if I make one video, it's gonna be like 2 hours long. But next video, I'm gonna talk about centralized exchanges, how it works, how arbitraging works between DEX and centralized exchanges. We're gonna talk about tokenomics. We're gonna talk about pre-sale and stealth launches. What is different? Why it's good? Like why is one good? Why is another good? Because both has good points and bad points. We're gonna talk about taxes on meme coins, why it's good, why it's bad. We're gonna talk about DEXs, side pools, not the main pools. And we're gonna talk about listing websites and how they play their role. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope my accent doesn't throw you off and you still understood what I'm trying to explain to you and how everything works, but I hope you learned something in this video. And it's gonna be helpful for you in future to invest, safer and get rugged less because let's be honest, like especially in Solana chain, there's so many rugs. Like you need to really choose what you're investing into. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video.